The dissemination of stories regarding unsolved missing person cases or murders is of utmost importance for a multitude of reasons. The primary purpose is to ensure that the cases remain prominent in the public consciousness, which can potentially result in new information or leads that may facilitate the resolution of the cases. Moreover, these narratives can help draw attention to more pressing issues, such as the necessity for better support mechanisms for the families of missing persons or more effective investigative strategies. It is also a means of commemorating the victims and keeping their memory alive, which is particularly crucial when justice is not attained. Ultimately, through the sharing of these stories, we can heighten awareness about the frequency of these occurrences and the significance of continuing efforts toward their resolution. Greetings, my name is Nix, and welcome to Into the Dark, True Crime Stories, a novel video series that takes you on a voyage through some of the most perplexing and unresolved disappearances and homicides in the United States. Join me as we scrutinize the evidence, theories, and impact of these cases on the families and communities involved. We will delve deeper into what happened and probe the reasons why these cases remain unresolved to this day. From small towns to large cities, we will illuminate the darkest corners of the country in pursuit of the truth. So, join our fellow fireflies as we explore the mysteries of the shadows and venture deeper into the dark. 1. The Allenstown 4. In the quiet town of Allenstown, New Hampshire, a gruesome discovery in 1985 shattered the tranquility and left investigators with a haunting mystery that still remains unsolved to this day. The bodies of a woman and 3 children were found concealed in barrels near Bear Brook State Park. This case, known as the Allenstown 4, has perplexed investigators for decades, as the identities of the victims and the identity of the killer have remained elusive. In this comprehensive case summary, we will delve into the background, the details of the crime, and the possible theories surrounding this enigmatic and tragic case. Allenstown, a small town nestled in the picturesque Merrimack Valley, was known for its close-knit community and serene surroundings. However, the tranquility was shattered on November 10, 1985, when a hunter stumbled upon a 55-gallon metal drum in Bear Brook State Park. To his horror, upon opening the drum, he discovered the decomposed remains of a woman. The police were called to the scene, and their investigation led them to uncover 3 more barrels nearby, each containing the remains of a young child. The bodies had been concealed for years, and the passing of time had made it challenging to determine the exact cause of death. The Allenstown 4 case is defined not only by its brutal nature, but also by the unsettling lack of concrete information surrounding it. The bodies found in the barrels raised numerous questions, and investigators were faced with the daunting task of unraveling their identities and piecing together the events leading to their tragic deaths. Adult female victim. The first victim found in the barrels was an adult female, estimated to be between 23 and 33 years old. She had shoulder-length brown hair and was approximately 5'2" to 5'7" tall. The cause of her death remains undetermined due to the advanced state of decomposition. First child victim. The second victim, a girl estimated to be between 5 and 11 years old, shared a biological connection with the adult female victim. She had light brown or blonde hair and stood about 4'3" to 4'9" tall. Like the adult female, the exact cause of her death remains unknown. Second child victim. The third victim, a girl between the ages of 2 and 4, was not biologically related to the adult female victim. She had light brown hair, stood approximately 3'3" to 3'9" tall, and suffered a traumatic injury to her skull, likely the cause of her death. Third child victim. The fourth victim, a girl between the ages of 1 and 3, shared a biological connection with the adult female victim. She had light brown or blonde hair, stood about 2'6" to 2'9" tall, and like the second child victim, had suffered a similar traumatic injury to her skull. One of the greatest challenges in this case has been identifying the victims, which is crucial for unraveling the circumstances surrounding their deaths and potentially bringing the killer to justice. Investigators have relentlessly pursued various avenues in their quest to put names to the faces of the Allenstown Four. The Bear Brook Murders Connection. In 2000, a breakthrough occurred when DNA testing revealed a link between the Allenstown victims and two unidentified bodies found in Bear Brook State Park in 1985 and 2000. These two additional victims, an adult female and a young girl, were found in a separate barrel near the original crime scene. This discovery suggested a common perpetrator, further deepening the mystery. Marlies Elizabeth Honeychurch. In 2019, investigators made significant progress when they identified the adult female victim as Marlies Elizabeth Honeychurch. She had been reported missing along with her two daughters, Marie Elizabeth Vaughn and Sarah Lynn McWaters, in 1978. Their disappearance remained unsolved until the connection to the Allenstown Four was established. Lisa. The second child victim has been identified with the nickname Lisa. Despite extensive efforts, her true identity and her relationship to the other victims remain unknown. Investigators continue to search for any leads that could help shed light on her story and her connection to the case. The unidentified toddler. The youngest victim, the third child, also remains unidentified. Efforts to determine her true identity and the circumstances that led to her tragic fate continue. The Allenstown Four case has captured the attention of amateur sleuths, true crime enthusiasts, and investigators alike, giving rise to various theories attempting to explain the perplexing circumstances surrounding the victims' deaths. Familial or domestic dispute. One theory suggests that the adult female victim may have been involved in a domestic or familial dispute that turned violent, leading to the deaths of all four victims. However, the lack of concrete evidence and the absence of any known connections to potential suspects make it challenging to substantiate this theory. Serial killer. Given the chilling discovery of additional victims at Bear Brook State Park, some speculate that a serial killer may be responsible for the deaths of the Allenstown Four. The common dumping ground for the victims' bodies supports this theory, but the absence of identifiable patterns or suspects has hindered progress in this direction. Human trafficking. Another possibility raised is that the Allenstown Four may have fallen victim to human trafficking. This theory suggests that the adult female and her children were abducted, and their tragic fate resulted from a larger criminal network. However, concrete evidence supporting this theory remains elusive. Familial connections. With the discovery of the connection between Marlies Honeychurch and her children to the Allenstown victims, speculation arises regarding potential familial ties between the victims themselves. It is possible that the killer had connections to the victims and deliberately targeted them. The investigation into the Allenstown Four case has been a collaborative effort involving local and state law enforcement agencies, as well as the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children and forensic experts. Despite their dedicated efforts, progress has been challenging due to the scarcity of leads and concrete evidence. Advancements in forensic technology, such as DNA analysis, have played a crucial role in uncovering valuable information about the victims' identities. Law enforcement agencies continue to leverage these advancements and explore potential connections to other unsolved cases in the hopes of cracking the Allenstown Four mystery. The Allenstown Four case stands as a haunting and unresolved mystery, etching its mark on the collective consciousness of the town of Allenstown and the wider true crime community. Decades have passed, but the identities of the victims and the person responsible for their tragic deaths continue to elude investigators. Yet, the pursuit of justice and closure for the Allenstown Four remains steadfast. With continued public awareness and advancements in forensic technology, there is hope that one day the shadows surrounding this case will be lifted, providing answers to the lingering questions and peace to the souls of the victims who were taken too soon. 2. The Oakland County Child Killer, a chilling unsolved mystery. The Oakland County child killer case remains one of the most haunting and perplexing unsolved mysteries in American history. During the late 1970s, 4 children were abducted and murdered in Oakland County, Michigan, sending shockwaves through the community and leaving a lasting impact on the nation. The elusive nature of the killer, the brutal manner in which the crimes were committed, and the lack of resolution have left a lingering sense of fear and sorrow. In this comprehensive case summary, we will delve into the background, the details of the crimes, and the possible theories surrounding this chilling and unresolved case. Oakland County, Michigan, known for its suburban neighborhoods and tight-knit communities, was abruptly thrust into darkness between 1976 and 1977. During this period, 4 children disappeared under mysterious circumstances, their lives tragically cut short by an unknown predator. The case, commonly referred to as the Oakland County Child Killer or the Babysitter Killer, shocked the region and sent authorities on a desperate quest to identify and apprehend the perpetrator. Each victim in the Oakland County Child Killer case suffered a similar fate, succumbing to abduction, sexual assault, and murder. The details of the crimes shed light on the chilling and methodical nature of the killer's actions. Mark Stebbins, on February 15, 1976, 10-year-old Mark Stebbins vanished after leaving an American Legion Hall in Ferndale, Michigan. 4 days later, his lifeless body was found in a snowbank, brutally murdered. Autopsy reports revealed that he had been sexually assaulted, and the cause of death was asphyxiation. Jill Robinson, less than a year later, on December 22, 1976, 12-year-old Jill Robinson disappeared while walking to a drugstore in Berkeley, Michigan. Her body was found nearly a month later in a roadside ditch in Troy, Michigan. Like Mark Stebbins, she had been sexually assaulted and asphyxiated. Christine Mihalik, on January 2, 1977, 10-year-old Christine Mihalik was reported missing after leaving her home in Berkeley, Michigan, to purchase candy. Her body was discovered in a snowbank in Franklin Village, Michigan, on January 21, 1977. She had been sexually assaulted and asphyxiated. Timothy King, the final victim, 11-year-old Timothy King, was abducted on March 16, 1977, after visiting a local drugstore in Birmingham, Michigan. His body was found 6 days later in a ditch near Livonia, Michigan. Timothy had been sexually assaulted and suffocated. Shockingly, the killer had bathed and dressed the young boy after his death, leading investigators to believe that the murderer had an intricate plan and psychological motivations. Despite decades of investigation and the tireless efforts of law enforcement agencies, the Oakland County child killer case remains unsolved. The absence of conclusive evidence and the enigmatic nature of the crimes have given rise to various theories and speculations surrounding the identity and motives of the killer. The local pedophile ring. One theory suggests that the Oakland County child killer was a member of a local pedophile ring. This theory posits that multiple individuals were involved in the abductions and murders, acting in coordination. The victims may have been selected and targeted due to their vulnerability. A disgruntled law enforcement officer. Another theory speculates that the killer was a disgruntled law enforcement officer or someone with insider knowledge of police operations. This theory is supported by the belief that the murderer displayed a level of sophistication in evading capture, potentially aided by inside information. The out-of-town serial killer. Some theorists propose that the Oakland County child killer was not a local resident, but rather a transient or a serial killer passing through the area. This theory suggests that the perpetrator deliberately targeted the Oakland County community to avoid detection and established connections. The copycat killer. Given the intense media coverage surrounding the case, another theory suggests the possibility of a copycat killer or killers. This theory contends that individuals inspired by the initial crimes may have carried out additional abductions and murders, further complicating the investigation and obscuring the true identity of the original Oakland County child killer. The investigation into the Oakland County child killer case was marked by intense scrutiny, extensive media coverage, and the collaboration of multiple law enforcement agencies. Despite these efforts, no one has been conclusively identified or prosecuted for the crimes. Over the years, various suspects have emerged, but none have provided sufficient evidence to definitively link them to the murders. The list of potential suspects includes individuals with criminal records, ties to pedophilia rings, and past convictions for child abduction. However, without definitive proof or conclusive forensic evidence, these leads have not led to a resolution. Current developments in forensic technology and DNA analysis have offered renewed hope for progress in the case. In recent years, law enforcement agencies have utilized genetic genealogy techniques to identify suspects in other high-profile cold cases, raising the possibility of applying this technology to the Oakland County child killer case. The Oakland County child killer case remains an unsettling and unsolved chapter in the annals of true crime. The abductions and murders of Mark Stebbins, Jill Robinson, Christine Mihalik, and Timothy King forever scarred the community and the nation. Decades have passed, yet the search for answers and justice continues. With advances in forensic technology, public awareness, and the tenacity of law enforcement agencies, there remains hope that one day the identity of the Oakland County child killer will be unveiled, providing closure to the families of the victims and a sense of justice for the innocent lives taken too soon. Until then, the chilling specter of the unknown perpetrator lingers, and the memories of the innocent children lost in the grip of this unfathomable evil will forever endure. 3. The mysterious disappearance of Josh Maddox, a case shrouded in uncertainty. The disappearance of Josh Maddox in 2008 remains an enduring mystery that has captivated the true crime community and left his family searching for answers. In a small town in Colorado, Josh vanished without a trace, leaving behind a void filled with questions and speculation. The details surrounding his disappearance, the lack of resolution, and the intriguing circumstances have propelled the case into the realm of unsolved mysteries. In this comprehensive case summary, we will explore the background, the details of the disappearance, and the possible theories surrounding the perplexing case of Josh Maddox. Josh Maddox, a 19-year-old aspiring artist, resided in Woodland Park, Colorado, a close-knit community nestled in the Rocky Mountains. Described as an intelligent and creative young man, Josh had a passion for painting and was known for his artistic talent. However, on May 8, 2008, Josh vanished under mysterious circumstances, leaving his loved ones and the community bewildered and desperate for answers. The day of disappearance, on May 8, 2008, Josh was last seen by his father, Mike Maddox, at their residence. His family reported that Josh had been acting strangely in the days leading up to his disappearance, displaying signs of paranoia and expressing concerns about being watched. On that fateful day, Josh left his home without any belongings or identification, leaving his family deeply concerned. The abandoned cabin. In August 2015, over 7 years after his disappearance, a chilling discovery brought renewed attention to the case. A contractor, working on a property near the Maddox family home, uncovered an abandoned cabin just a short distance away. To everyone's astonishment, Josh's remains were found inside the cabin's chimney. The condition of his body made it challenging to ascertain the cause of death. The disappearance of Josh Maddox has spawned numerous theories and speculation, fueled by the lack of answers and the perplexing details surrounding the case. While the truth remains elusive, several possible theories have emerged over the years. Accidental death. One theory posits that Josh may have accidentally entered the abandoned cabin's chimney while exploring or seeking shelter. In this scenario, it is suggested that he became trapped, leading to his untimely demise. However, questions remain regarding why Josh would have entered the chimney in the first place, as well as why he did not alert anyone to his predicament. Foul play. Another theory suggests that Josh may have encountered foul play. Proponents of this theory speculate that someone may have lured or coerced Josh into the abandoned cabin, leading to his death. The identity and motive of the potential perpetrator remain unknown, leaving this theory with no concrete evidence to support it. Accidental drug overdose. Given reports of Josh's unusual behavior prior to his disappearance, some theories suggest that he may have consumed illicit substances that led to an accidental overdose. Supporters of this theory propose that Josh's remains were placed in the cabin's chimney after his death in an attempt to conceal the incident. However, without corroborating evidence, this theory remains speculative. Psychological breakdown or suicide. Another theory posits that Josh may have experienced a psychological breakdown or reached a point of deep despair, leading him to intentionally disappear or take his own life. Supporters of this theory point to Josh's reported paranoia and behavioral changes as potential indicators of mental distress. However, without a definitive motive or conclusive evidence, this theory remains speculative. The investigation into Josh Maddox's disappearance has presented numerous challenges due to the lack of concrete evidence and the passage of time. Over the years, law enforcement agencies, alongside dedicated family members and friends, have tirelessly sought answers and pursued leads. While the discovery of Josh's remains brought closure to his family, it did not provide definitive answers regarding the circumstances surrounding his disappearance. Forensic analysis of his remains offered no conclusive evidence pointing to foul play or accidental death, leaving the case mired in uncertainty. Currently, the investigation into Josh Maddox's disappearance remains open but has experienced limited progress. Continued advancements in forensic technology and the potential for new leads offer hope that the case may one day be resolved. The case of Josh Maddox's disappearance stands as a haunting mystery that has touched the hearts of many. The perplexing circumstances surrounding his vanishing, the discovery of his remains in an abandoned cabin's chimney, and the absence of definitive answers have fueled speculation and theories. As time passes, the memory of Josh Maddox and the quest for truth endure. With continued public awareness, advancements in forensic technology, and the tireless efforts of investigators, there remains hope that one day the circumstances surrounding his disappearance will be unveiled, providing closure for his loved ones and shedding light on the mysterious events that led to his tragic fate. 4. The Jamison family disappearance, a mysterious case that haunts the Sandboys Mountains. The Jamison family disappearance is a chilling and perplexing unsolved mystery that has captivated true crime enthusiasts and investigators alike. In 2009, Bobby Dale Jamison, his wife Sherilyn, and their daughter Madison vanished without a trace while searching for a new property in the rugged Sandboys Mountains of Oklahoma. The circumstances surrounding their disappearance, the lack of definitive answers, and the haunting aftermath have left family, friends, and the community grappling with unresolved questions. In this comprehensive case summary, we will delve into the background, the details of the disappearance, and the possible theories surrounding the mysterious and unsettling case of the Jamison family. Bobby Dale Jamison, Sherilyn Jamison, and their 6-year-old daughter Madison were a seemingly ordinary family residing in Eufaula, Oklahoma. However, their lives took a tragic turn when they embarked on a search for a new property in the rugged and remote San Bois Mountains, known for its dense forests and challenging terrain. The journey into the wilderness would ultimately end in their unexplained disappearance, leaving behind a void of uncertainty and unanswered questions. The Jamison family disappearance is marked by a series of puzzling events leading up to their vanishing. The timeline provides a glimpse into the mysterious circumstances surrounding their tragic fate. The search for property. In October 2009, Bobby and Sherilyn began exploring the San Bois Mountains in search of a rural property to purchase. They sought a secluded location, aspiring to live off the grid and away from the perceived dangers of urban life. The family's intentions were reflected in their behavior as they began to distance themselves from friends and family, showcasing a growing paranoia and preoccupation with spiritual beliefs. The abandoned vehicle. On October 8, 2009, the Jamisons' truck was discovered abandoned on a remote logging road near Red Oak, Oklahoma. Inside the vehicle, investigators found the family's belongings, including their cell phones, wallets, and Sherilyn's purse. Madison's small dog, named Maisie, was also found alive but malnourished inside the truck. The absence of the Jamisons. Despite an extensive search effort involving law enforcement agencies, volunteers, and K-9 units, no trace of the Jamison family was found for several years. It wasn't until November 2013, over 4 years later, that the remains of Bobby, Sherilyn, and Madison were discovered in a remote area of the San Bois Mountains by hunters. The cause of death and the circumstances surrounding their demise could not be definitively determined due to the advanced state of decomposition. The Jamison family disappearance has given rise to several theories and speculation, as the lack of answers and the perplexing details surrounding the case have fueled intense speculation. While concrete answers remain elusive, several possible theories have emerged. Murder-suicide. One theory posits that Bobby Dale Jamison may have been responsible for the death of his wife and daughter before taking his own life. Supporters of this theory argue that the family's deteriorating mental state, paranoid behavior, and the discovery of Bobby's handgun in the abandoned truck suggest the possibility of a murder-suicide scenario. However, without definitive evidence or a clear motive, this theory remains speculative. Drug-related involvement. Another theory suggests that the Jamisons may have become entangled in drug-related activities that led to their disappearance. Supporters of this theory propose that their journey into the mountains may have been connected to illicit dealings or encounters with dangerous individuals. However, without concrete evidence linking the family to drug-related activities, this theory remains speculative. Criminal involvement. Some theories speculate that the Jamisons may have encountered criminal elements or individuals with ill intent during their search for a rural property. This theory suggests that the family's perceived paranoia and their abrupt distancing from friends and family could indicate a potential threat that ultimately led to their demise. However, without definitive evidence or leads, this theory remains speculative. The influence of spiritual beliefs. The Jamisons' preoccupation with spiritual beliefs and their increasing interest in paranormal activities have prompted theories suggesting that their disappearance may have been connected to their spiritual pursuits. Some proponents argue that the family may have encountered supernatural or occult forces that led to their demise. However, without concrete evidence to substantiate these claims, this theory remains speculative. The investigation into the Jamison family disappearance has presented numerous challenges due to the lack of concrete evidence and the remote nature of the area where their remains were found. Over the years, law enforcement agencies have interviewed witnesses, pursued leads, and analyzed the family's personal history and behavior. However, no conclusive breakthroughs or viable suspects have emerged. The case remains open, and authorities continue to seek new leads and information that may shed light on the circumstances surrounding the Jamisons' disappearance and deaths. With advancements in forensic technology, public awareness, and the possibility of new witnesses coming forward, there remains hope that one day justice will be served and the truth will be unveiled. The Jamison family disappearance stands as a haunting and mysterious case, leaving behind a void of uncertainty and a community in search of answers. The circumstances surrounding their vanishing, the discovery of their remains years later, and the absence of definitive answers have fueled speculation and theories. As time passes, the memory of the Jamison family and the pursuit of truth endure. There remains hope that one day the circumstances surrounding their disappearance will be unveiled, providing solace to their loved ones and bringing closure to a case that has perplexed the community for years.